Okay, hello everybody. I guess everybody's joining the room. Okay, I cannot see faces, but I hope if you, Sandra or Lupe, do this, I will start. I guess everybody is, yeah?
Sí, puedes, you
Okay,
can start.
perfect. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this session, BSE Career Services session. It's going to be a 1 hour and 15 minutes more or less session about what we are offering in terms of our services, activities, events from the Career Services Department. I'm very happy to introduce you to Magda Gruzka, who is part of the team, career advisor. Tuli, which also is joining, is part also of the team, career advisor. Myself, I'm Bea Hernández. I'm the head of the Career Services, Institutional Relations and Alumni. And also we have with us Lupe Castro and Sandra Moro from the Admissions Department, who are going to also be present in the Q&A, solving questions maybe not related with careers. Today is focused in career services, but if there's any question related with more admissions, they will be able to solve it, or you can also send an email. Yeah, so with no more delay, we can start. This is the agenda for today. We're going to introduce a few placement facts, so you will see our graduates, where are they placed in terms of academic, professional paths, and some facts that are going to be useful for you or interesting, we hope. Then we're going to show you a few names of organizations, institutions that are year after year recruiting BSc graduates. We're going to also show you a few examples of recent graduates placements, so examples of institutions and names of positions our graduates have the opportunity to join after the master programs. And then we are going into detail, and this is my colleague Magda who's going to explain it, into the services that we are going to offer. So career services is divided in three pillars. One is recruitment in terms of more networking with companies or institutions, etc., opportunities to meet and network with organizations. Then guidance, we will do sessions in an individual basis to guide you and support you in your career. And then training. We offer workshops based on career development, and Magda will explain in more detail afterwards. And then we will finish with the BSc alumni community information. We will give you a few details on how we engage with the community, how our alumni are connected with BSc and among themselves. So I hope this is also interesting to you. And at the end of the session, we will have a Q&A. So you will have this section of Q&A where you can write your questions, and we will be answering everything at the end of the session. So let's go. So placement facts, career services, before everything, is here to help you in terms of your professional career. We are going to be from the very beginning, even from before you start the master programs, even in July, we're going to send you information, a few exercises for you to start thinking on your career and your future and your interest, etc. So we want to know you, know your values, your interests, your expectations to deliver a very personalized service once you are in campus. So we're here to support you throughout your career, not only during the masters, but also once you become an alumni. Career services, it's a lifelong service. So that's very important for you to know, because we will be there throughout your career. So placement rates, we're very proud of these incredible numbers. We are happy to say that for the class of 2023, 95% of the students who were looking for opportunities got an opportunity in the professional or in the academic field. For the class of 2024, we have a 94% placement rate, which is also a very good number, and we are very happy, that we can reach these goals, outstanding goals year after year. That means, that BSc profiles are very interesting for the market and for the job market in general. We don't have still yet numbers for the class of 2025. We're now collecting this data. As you know, they graduated last July, and we measured the first placement 6 months after graduation. So we will have this data in January. Hopefully we can share it with you through BSC channels on the website and social media. And this is the distribution between academic and professional. When we refer academic placement from the 3 last cohorts, 22, 23, and 24 cohorts, we are meaning the students that decide to study a postgraduate program, another postgraduate program, or a PhD. And in this case, it's 22% of our graduates decide to take this path, an academic path. And regarding the professional path, we see a 78% of our graduates that decide to go into an institution, organization to work through a full-time contract or an internship. We want to take a look also to the distribution of sectors, and here you have a good representation of the 3 last cohorts. We have a big percentage of our graduates, as you can see, consulting. 24% of our graduates are going to consulting firms, both managerial, strategic, but mainly economic consulting firms. Then we have 22% of our graduates that take an opportunity in a research or academic institution. Then we have 14% or 17%. The next one is government and authorities. And here we are including central banks. And it's one of our top employers actually is ECB, European Central Bank. So here it will be included. And then we have other graduates that are placed in financial services, banking, investment banking, etc. And 8% technology firms, 4% other industries, and of course, 11% international organizations and nonprofits. And here we will give you a few examples on what institutions are we referring to when we are talking about these numbers. In terms of location of the first placement, we are always talking about the first placement after graduation. If we collect the data of the 3 last cohorts, we see this distribution. 42% are placed in Europe, not including Spain, and 42%, the same percentage, are placed in Spain. Barcelona, Madrid are the main cities. In Europe, you can imagine most common are Paris, Berlin, Milan, etc. We have many alumni spread all over the world, as you can see. Also, we have a 7% of our graduates placed in North America, then a 3% in South America, a 5% of our graduates are placed in Asia, and then 1% both for Africa and Oceania. This is quite common throughout all of our past cohorts. Normally, we can see these very similar numbers. So now we want to show you a few examples of top recruiters, so organizations, institutions that are periodically, year after year, coming to BSE to know our students, to present their opportunities, and they finally are recruiting our graduates. We have in first place financial services. Here we can see few names that may sound familiar to you. CaixaBank, for example, is offering a lot of research assistant positions, Sabadell, Bloomberg, BBVA, UBS. These are common names that are recruiting every year BSc graduates. If we talk about government and authorities, here's a big representation of organizations that are recruiting a lot of students. For example, as said, the European Central Bank is our top recruiter for a few years, mostly every year, right, Magda? They are recruiting a big number of BSc students, then the European Commission, Banco de España. So here's a lot of central banks, and for example, CMA, competition authorities. It's very common that also are recruiting our graduates. In terms of consulting services, consulting firms, here's a few names that also you may know. For example, economic consulting firms like Oxira, Compass Lexicon, NERA, Frontier, RBB, and more general or managerial consulting firms like KPMG or PricewaterhouseCoopers, to say a few names that are representing this sector. Research and academic institutions. Here you see also names like ODI, JPAL, Bruegel. These are some of these organizations, as the previous ones, are coming every year to the campus or online to present their opportunities. You can meet the recruiters, but also even alumni who are working there or heads of department that are coming to present the organization. And also there will be a lot of opportunities for you to talk with these people who are representing their institutions to understand better what they need and how to engage with them and enhance your candidacies. Of course, international organizations and non-profit. Here we have the World Bank, IDB, the World Trade Organization, the European Investment Bank. Most of them are recruiting every year. OECD, of course, it's worth mentioning, as every year we have a number of students who are recruited because we have an agreement with them, and they are also sending specific allocated offer, and they want to recruit always a number of students at BSE, and we're very proud of that. So that's also worth mentioning. And also technology companies. We have also, especially for data science programs, these organizations are very interested in recruiting data scientists. Typeform, Wallapop, Social Point. You'll see big representation of tech firms, both in Barcelona, which there's a big hub of technology firms, but also abroad in Europe or US, for example. And other industries which we see an increasing demand of data scientists as well, and also economists. We see a number of economists going into these industries. PepsiCo, Telefónica, eDreams, etc., Novartis, so pharmaceuticals. There's a lot that can be included here. So yeah, just for you to take into account that it's not only about economics, pure economics organizations, but also other industries that are interested in BSc profiles. And again, you will have the opportunity to meet a lot of these names that you have seen here, both in person, through career days, etc. Magda will explain you later, and through talks, etc., etc. So I want to also share a little example of placement. So names of positions and specific examples of our graduates where they were placed. These are a representation of all the programs. So for example, we have positions like analyst at Frontier Economics in London, or consultant in the Inter-American Development Bank in Washington, D.C., macro research intern in Goldman Sachs in London. So we have research assistants as well in European Central Bank in Frankfurt. So there's different positions like analyst, consultant, internships, research assistantships, or even graduate programs that some organizations are offering. So rotational programs that the person can join different departments through a period of 1 year, many cases. And then, of course, PhDs for the students who decide to go into the academic path. More examples here, for example, research analyst at Compass Lexicon in Brussels, senior consultant at Oxera, London, just to mention a few more. We are engaging year after year from career services with these organizations. We travel to many of these cities you can see here to meet with the recruiters, with alumni working in these organizations. So that helps us to share valuable information on what are the needs, what are these organizations looking for, so you can be better informed and updated on the new trends. And this is more focused in data science programs. These are more positions focused in this area. For example, cloud technical president at Google in Dublin, or intern at the monetary policy department in European Central Bank, or data engineer at Globo in Barcelona, just to mention a bit. Of course, we can share with you this presentation if you want, we can give you more details. We have many examples, and also we have tips from previous graduates and alumni who can tell us how were their selection process, and we can help you reach these positions and support you through the process of the selection process. And in this slide, we want to focus, because we received this question many times regarding non-EU students. We have a number every year, a big number of non-EU students at BSE. And of course, they are very interested, many of them, they're very interested in staying in Europe or in Spain, at least. And we wanted to show these numbers for you to have an idea on what are the trends and what are the options you may have once you're here. So we have been collecting the data from the three last cohorts again, and we can say that the 73% of non-EU students were placed in Europe in collecting these three cohorts, both in the professional and the academic path. 48.56% were placed in Europe, not Spain, and 51% in Spain. And then if we divide it into professional and academic placement, the ones who decided to find a job or an internship in Europe are 67.4%. And then again, 60% in Europe, 13 or almost 40% Spain. And then we have the academic placement, which is a big majority of the students who were looking for a PhD or another postgraduate program in Europe. 94.83% were placed here in Europe. Yeah, so you can see numbers here, 16% in Europe, non-Spain, and 83, almost 84% in Spain. We are including here the PhD track. That's why the numbers in Spain are so high. But this is like a picture for you to have an idea what are the trends we see for the non-EU students. Just for you to know, we will provide information. We will organize a session with lawyers to explain in so much detail what are the options to stay with, which tools you have or visas options you have to stay in Europe through an internship or through a full-time job. Or even if you want to look for a job, there are options that you can, of course, take into account, and we will deliver this information through specialists in a session that we will organize when you are on campus. And now I give the floor to my colleague Magda to speak about a little bit more in detail how we're going to organize the service, what are the things that we are going to offer you in terms of services, activities, career days. So you will be, and informed in more detail by Magda. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Bea. Warm welcome also from my side. As Bea mentioned, I'm Magda Grucha. I am also a part of Career Services. And it's my pleasure to now present the part of services that we offer for you once you join the master at BSE. So let us run through the first pillars we have here. Bea, if you can keep switching the slides because I don't have control over that. So we classify them in our main pillars of three pillars, which is recruitment, guidance, and training. So here we're going to discuss one by one or each of those pillars, how we what kind of support and what services we offer within which each of those. So in terms of recruitment, if we go further, we offer, as Bea was saying, a lot of opportunities to already engage and get to know employers who typically hire the BSc graduates. And we here help you with in different ways. So we organize twice a week. Actually, in the first term, when you first start a master in the first term, we have twice a week career slots, and during those slots, we offer different sessions like employer insight sessions where you can meet the companies or institutions who want to basically present to you, explain to you what they do, and also the opportunities that might be available there. So these sessions, together with also later, we will talk about, well, actually, as the next point, we talk about Annual Career Services Day. Um, the annual career day, those sessions are intended for you to get more, basically deeper understanding of what is available on the market, what kind of sectors you could think of, what kind of roles, what kind of tasks would be part of your daily life if you joined that particular organization. And we typically invite both human resources, but mainly also people who are economists or data scientists in those teams, so they can give you hands-on, very practical knowledge and present some types of projects they work on, what skills they use, what tools they use, and so on and so forth. So this is all about getting a broader understanding of what you can encounter on the job market after your master. So here, the employer insight sessions, annual career days, as we said, we have two sessions here, two let's say modalities, because we offer one day, which is a full day. Full day, you don't have any classes, you only have the day full of presentations organized by Career Services. So one is on campus, so it's in-person event. And then a week later, we organize another event, which is online. They have very similar format, and you can attend different sessions, also networking session, which is very valued by all the students, and it gives you an opportunity to basically talk to recruiters, to alumni, to hiring managers directly during those events, either in person or online. Also, as part of these bigger events, we organize interviews and informal meetings as part of the career days, but also sometimes in other points of the academic year. If an institution wants to do a special process recruiting on campus, we also organize that. And sometimes when they come for presentations, they also offer they offer so-called one-to-ones where they can give you informal information or tips how to perhaps strengthen your application. So that would be as part of the direct contacts with BSE partners. Then, of course, we have a much broader network of connections within our alumni network. We have the alumni directory, which is part of a community platform where you can when you can search through different cohorts, basically their directory is allowing you to search for alumni who are working in different places, in different sectors. So you can in many ways there target people who are already doing what you wish to be doing in the future. You can also basically join our mentoring program, which we open usually in January. It's about to now start for the current cohort. So the mentoring program is also intended to engage both alumni and the current students. So the students have search for a mentor and have a continued relationship with a mentor who is an alumni and shares with them insights, tips, best practices, and perhaps tips very personalized to the situation of each student, and leverages the network of BSE through that. And last but not least, we support students and alumni with targeted job offers. We have our own career center, and as a part of this career center, you have a job portal where we share offers that we get from partnering companies, but also, sometimes we get them from partner companies. Sometimes we also actively search through our outreach with companies, our visits, as Bea was explaining, and we basically provide you with offers to that match your profile and your skills. So you have those unique opportunities for you. And we, on top of that, even each week, once a week on Fridays, we send a newsletter called Hot Offers, where we summarize all those offers that are available on the BSc career portal. So again, a very helpful tool to get in touch with jobs which match your profiles, and also with recruiters. And then we can move forward to the next pillar, which is guidance. So here we offer, as consultants, we offer to you during your whole year at the BSc, but also, as we will explain, also this is actually lifelong access that you have to this guidance, to these guidance sessions. We offer personalized and tailored approach to assist you with preparing your applications and succeeding at being selected. So basically, we can help you build a strong CV and cover letter, review any doubts you might have when applying to the jobs, and also at the point of searching for those jobs, which strategies to use, make a career plan, make basically a step-by-step strategy which will help you later move forward with applications and succeed. We also prepare you for mock interviews. So if you secure an interview, you can always practice with us and role play. And we share also, as part of these mock interviews, we share with you different resources, such as lists of questions that BSc alumni shared with us. And we know that these were real questions that happened in interviews of the previous cohorts. And we have been collecting this feedback for many, many years, if I'm not mistaken, since 2018. So there's a good pool of questions already gathered. And we would also show you strategies, how to basically how to well best prepare for the interviews, predicting also the questions you might get and preparing for them. This including even case studies, preparation, if and sharing some materials available. And of course, any other here under this one-to-one career advice session term, we mean any meeting that is answering your personal doubts and questions, because perhaps later on, once you start securing the jobs, you are unsure which role to accept. That happens quite a lot, that students end up having various offers and they don't know which to choose. So we also help a bit coach you in this respect. Or perhaps for more senior students, we also talk about salary negotiation strategies and whatever you might need. So this is for you to use it as you feel best. And last but not least, the training part. So under the pillar of training, we offer in sessions which either are conducted by us, or also we in many cases invite external trainers and experts in those topics that you can see here displayed on the screen. So it's all about employability skills. So we give you know-how, how to prepare and perhaps upgrade your different skills and excel at writing a great CV, cover letter. We also give you trainings in market insights that actually is very powerful, because you get already, as as you join BSc, each master program at the beginning of September, we offer these master insights. So it's very personalized to each master, information of what careers they could expect, and perhaps some tips how to be successful. Then we have networking sessions on how to be effective networking online or in person, communication skills seminar, job search strategy, and professional branding. We also offer successful job interview sessions, so to practice with us again and understand different types of questions that you might encounter during interviews, how to create a powerful cover letter we already mentioned. This year we also included a new training which was AI for career search. So we're trying to also innovate and each year prepare something that we believe is most important for you to know to be successful in the job market later. And last but not least, what Bea also mentioned, we offer some legal support, not ourselves, but we invite lawyers who explain the legal framework, especially for those interested in staying perhaps in Spain after the master. So they here explain what kind of visas you might need, what kind of options would be available. So that and also we offer other opportunities to network periodically. At least once a trimester, we have coffee with career sessions. So again, an opportunity to answer doubts and questions that you might have. So with this, we move to the next part, which is our BSc alumni community and services. So here, let's also talk a little bit about what once you join BSc, if you become a student and later you successfully finish the master and become an alumni, what services you would have access to as our alumni. So as we've mentioned, we offer lifelong career services, so the advice meetings with career consultants are secured. Also, you have lifelong access to the career center, so that includes the job portal. But beyond the job portal, there's also resources which we share among the BSc community. So that is this stays for you for life. And then we also offer opportunity of mentoring program from the side of alumni, not only from the side of student, but also after some years, perhaps you want to give back to the network and to the BSc students, and you want to contribute and be a mentor for some other students. And we actually see this very often. Our alumni very happily engage. So it's also an opportunity for them to grow. And we offer different benefits and discounts in terms of later, if you participate in further executive education, for perhaps you also have access to our BSc regional chapters, and you can be BSc ambassadors in the cities that you would later live in. So we have very strong network especially in the main cities, because of course, as Bea mentioned, on the map but BSc alumni are spread all over the world, but there are certain cities which are, of course, have a very high number of BSc alumni. So these especially have chapters and they meet periodically, they network among them. They have a chance to basically create this unique BSc community even after their time, let's say, presentially in Barcelona. No? So you would have access to that. And then access to BSc lectures and research events. And last but not least, this lifelong connections of alumni from many different cohorts from before you, and also later those who join after, because that's what we see is very powerful. And we get to hear these comments from alumni coming back on campus, and they meet other BSc alumni somewhere in their professional path. That's basically guaranteed, because if you're a data scientist or economist, you're gonna cross paths with many people from BSc, not only from your cohort, from your year, but also from all the other years. And you can basically network with them through our community platform. and for any professional purposes. So that would be in the gist, also what the alumni network offers, or what kind of benefits here you could expect after graduating. And with this, I think we move to the Q&A session. So we encourage you strongly to put in the QA in a QA, there's a Q&A session here on the Zoom. So you can put your questions there and we're gonna be answering, right? If I'm saying that incorrectly, please correct me, Lupe and Sandra Bea.
Yes, that is fine. There are already three questions. The first one is asking which course specialization usually favors by the market or industry.
Could you repeat?
Which course or which masters usually favors by the market or industries? I think it's a very generic question, though.
Okay, here the answer. I mean, I'm going to take the first one. Let's see, Bea, if you want to later take some others. Um, if I understood correctly, the question, it's about which masters would be the most successful, but that's not really, I mean, it's a question, but the answer is there's no such master because all of them are equally successful. So it really, we see that the placement rates are very similar across all the masters. They're very good for all the masters. So there's no master which is actually suffering more than other. It's perhaps a matter of each year. One master maybe reaches 100% placement, another reaches 91. So something like that, but it's never below probably it's not really it's one particular year. So there's no master which throughout the history would be the best placed one. And actually, as a career consultant, I can just tell you that this is actually the benefit that each master offers something else. So there's a bit of a different focus on perhaps economics is more generalistic, no? But the others, which are more specialized, they are specialized for a reason. And actually, that's a good thing as well because they then there's also demand on the market for these kind of profiles. That's why we have these masters based on a feedback from industry that we have. And pretty much the answer is all of them are successful.
Thank you. Maybe when looking for a master, you would think of yourself, which industry would you like to end working after graduating, and then picking the right masters for you. Okay. There are more questions here. Regarding the masters in economics, is there the possibility that DSGE models could be covered in these masters? Probably it's covered in the master in economics and also in the master in macroeconomics and financial markets, but go and visit the website of each of the masters, and there is a full display of the content of the masters. You can even click on each module and have access to the syllabus. But we could have a quick look for you. If you send us an email, we can send more information. But again, all the information about the content of the masters, it's on the website. Okay. And then, are there opportunities for international students as well in Spain?
Okay, now let's see if this is okay. Let's answer it more globally. So, international students, by this we mean both European, non-European. So, basically, what I understand is non-Spanish, right? On a Spanish market, yes, there is room, of course, for international talent because there are a lot of different international companies and they are located mainly in Barcelona and Madrid. Of course, some other cities, big cities, might have some too, but yeah, these are probably the most often chosen by our alumni. Now, depending on what you target, it would be perhaps harder or more difficult or easier. So if the workplace is working fully in English, then of course you don't need to speak Spanish, and you would be a perfect fit and could work just in English. However, of course, there are some jobs in Spain that would require knowledge of Spanish, or even in Barcelona, perhaps some jobs which require Catalan. So you would have let's say, that restriction in terms of languages if you don't speak the local language. So being conscious of that, no, that perhaps it limits some of the opportunities, but there are still many opportunities. If we talk about opportunities strictly for economists, that might be a bit harder in Barcelona, because Barcelona is not the capital. So again, there are some roles for economists. However, there's no very high number of those. In terms of data science graduates, that is perhaps Barcelona offers a better number of opportunities, because Barcelona is a tech hub, and actually not only tech, there's other industries strongly present with very international companies. And then it would be basically easier to work in an international environment, because there's basically more opportunities in Barcelona. Then, speaking of Madrid, Madrid might have both more roles for economists and more roles for data scientists. But again, given that some of those roles in Madrid might also imply working with local governments, perhaps, or knowing the local language, it's not like you will have. I mean, it's like you imagine probably everywhere. If you go to Paris or to Amsterdam, you also will have always some offers which require the language of the place, but still there are offers. And now, if we think of jobs for those who are from outside of EU, the same applies, what I just said. It just might be a bit more challenging, because as we know, of course, not having a work permit, it makes it a bit more challenging, and we want to be open about it. You see very good placement statistics, and also the percentage is quite, 73% of those non-European students who 73% of non-European stayed in Europe, so that's quite a good percentage. But again, we know that it comes with hard work, and with perhaps sometimes sacrifice as well, of maybe not going with your ideal case scenario plan. But still, the roles are there, and many students are successful in securing them. There's no guarantee, though. So that would be a bit, well, I think it was quite extensive answer, but hope it sheds some light.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, it does. Let's move on to the next question. This a student is asking about working and studying at the same time. We do not recommend working and studying at the BSE at the same time, because masters are taught on the full-time mode, and lectures are scheduled during the week from Monday to Friday, mornings and afternoons. So we don't think it's possible to combine working and studying. If you take up a job, even a part-time job, it would jeopardize I think, your academic performance. So we do not recommend that. And then the second question is it possible to do an internship after completing the master's? That's for you, I think. Magda.
Okay. It's about post graduation, right? The question.
Yes.
Not during the master. During the master, by the way, we do not, as Sandra mentioned, we do not. The policy of school is that it's a full-time master. It's very rigorous. So the internships during the master, if they require, signing, let's say, the contract of collaboration with us, then we don't do that. We only do this as an exceptional case for practicum project, which is a part of master for data science methodology. So if you are contemplating that master, there is an option to do a curricular internship as part of the master during the year at BC. But we do offer the option of doing an internship after you finish the courses. So starting from July, the master finishes first weeks of July, perhaps mid-July, you're already finished with the exams, and from then on you can start an internship. And we do have this option for those who want it and wish to do it. It's not an obligatory thing, but if you want to, we have a way to basically organize it. So we would explain to you how this would be organized once you join the BSE, and give you more details, but it is an option. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Aruna is asking about, I'm working as a macroeconomist specialized in financial markets. There is a course in the field. Yes, there is a master called the Master in Macroeconomic Policy and Financial Markets. And I think this is what probably you are looking for. Have a look on the web and you can find all the information there. Okay. Clarissa, since some internship programs require applicants to be enrolled, e.g. OECD, do BSc students combine an internship with their studies? What are alternative solutions? Thank you.
Okay. So this, because yes, we do have the OECD internships or others, and they happen after the master. So it's not like you would start the internship in parallel with your master, or do it. In fact, it could only start from when you finish, but we do that, and many students start from July. So they start from July or even from September to be an intern at OECD or other institutions. So when you apply for those, because very often requirement to apply is to be enrolled in an institution, you would be enrolled when applying and also for the duration of the internship, because we would arrange it with you. So we will guide you through this. Once you join, we will explain how to do it, but it's possible. But after you finish the classes.
Yeah, okay, clear. So the next question says, given that my background is in BBA, would I be prepared to follow and succeed in the Masters of Economics Analysis in the International Trade? We have every year we accept students with degrees different from economics. Some of them, they hold a degree in BBA. To be admitted, I think that there are many factors that we take into account, but the most important, I think, with your profile is the quantitative content of your BBA. I mean, you have to be strong in maths, statistics, econometrics, things like that. I'm saying this because BBA programs can differ a lot in content from one university to another. So if you think you feel your profile is strong quantitative speaking, you are very welcome to apply. And actually, I give it a go and see what happens. Okay, but yeah, why not? You can submit your application. Remember, you can include 3 masters in one application. Okay. Right. So the next question is: do your institution offers international trade and development economics? The answer is yes. We offer a master's in international trade, finance, and development, and another one in economics of public policy that you might be interested in too. You can contact the admissions office via email or phone. The contact details are on the website, and you are very welcome to get in contact. Okay. And then Maria Teresa, hi, I want to know if students from other master's programs, not the PhD track, later enter PhD programs. The answer is yes, but I think Magda can provide more details.
Could you once again read the question?
If students from other master's programs other than the PhD track, they later enter PhD programs.
So the answer is depending on what you mean by PhD program, PhD track. If you're referring, because you can enter the PhD track at UPF. There is an option to apply for that.
No, I think sorry to interrupt. I think the
Sure.
question is if you are doing a master's at BSc, but not the PhD track, or the master's, can you later do PhD programs somewhere else?
Somewhere else, okay, because I wanted
I
to
think
talk
this is pretty much.
also about the one at UPF, which many people sometimes ask.
Yeah, yeah.
But let's focus on the somewhere else. Yes, we do have every year students entering different PhD programs after the masters from pretty much across again from all the master programs. So perhaps from economics there would be some more interest, but all those specialized economic analysis ones also have perhaps one, two students who want to enter the PhD program and they do succeed to secure a PhD program somewhere in another perhaps university. Same for data scientists. They also very often end up doing PhD after graduation. So it's an option, and we share as part of the statistics online as well those numbers. So what you see under academic placement after the masters, you can suspect that mainly it's the PhD track.
Okay.
Because the academic placement is about PhD track and also other postgraduate degree, but typically students don't go for another master, they go for PhD track. There are perhaps sometimes some exceptions, but yeah, so that would be the percentage you can see as an academic placement in our reports.
Okay, thank you. And Clarissa is asking, would you say most students have extensive work experience or rather recent graduates from an undergraduate program? Working experience is not mandatory to apply, so you can apply without any. I would say I think it's 25% of the students they when applying they can they've got like 1 to 2 years of working experience. Some of them they got 5 to 10 years, and a small percentage more than 10 years. This is most, I think, is more true for the students in data science. But yeah, I would say 1 to 2 years or with no experience at all. We've got many applicants from recent graduates from university. And there was another question here, but it's gone now, about the age limit to apply. There is no age limit to apply. You can apply at any age. Okay. Any other questions? No? Oh, there we go.
I just see one more, I think.
Yes, Athanasius is would work experience in a consultancy have a positive effect in possibility of the admissions of my application if I'm interested in macro? Yes, of course. Any working experience related to the masters is welcome. It could be an asset, yes. So make sure you include this information on your CV, briefly on the statement of purposes. Please type your questions on the Q&A if you got any. Maria Teresa. No. I thought they want more questions, but no. Oh, here. Thanks. But for example, if I enrolled in the Masters in Macro, could I enter later the PhD at Pompeu? My first option is to apply to the PhD track. Magda?
Okay. I mean, help me out here, admissions
Yeah,
team as
okay,
well.
no, it's fine, it's fine. I answer. The answer is yes, you can apply. There is a kind of shortcut application for our students to the PhD track at the Pompeu Fabra. But the truth is that most of places at the PhD studies at the Pompeu are reserved for graduates from our PhD track program. So the answer is yes, you can apply, but the chances of being admitted are not is fewer. I mean, the path is thought that if your goal is to do a PhD studies at the Pompeu Fabra, you need to apply for the PhD track program at BSE. Okay, I hope this answers your questions. Okay, Mohammed, could you give a few examples of companies that recruits graduates from the Masters of Economics of Energy, Climate Change and Sustainability? Magda,
Yeah.
maybe. Do you remember any companies?
We can search and send an email to this specific candidate. We have
Okay.
research institutions,
Yeah.
some consulting firms, some students that decide to go into the academic path with a PhD.
Mhm.
Um,
I think
let's
we can send you, Mohammed, we can send you an updated placement report for this program. If you send us an email to the admissions office, we can email it to you.
Yes, we have definitely a lot of contacts with lots of companies and opening even more contacts as we speak with the energy, sustainability at employers. But yes, as they mentioned, we have a specific report ready with all the names we could share. So if you write us an email, we'd be happy to share it.
Okay, thank you. Could students be part of a research team at the university? If you mean while doing the masters at the BSc, the short answer is no. Sometimes opportunities arise on a student professor level, but the masters, as we said, is very intensive, very demanding, and there is no time to undertake any other activity. But the answer is no. The master is just one academic year, starting in September, ending in July. So you have to be focused on the masters and graduate from it. Okay. For international students applying from outside of Europe, will BSc support in getting the student visa? We can provide, if you're admitted to the BSc, we'll provide information about how to apply for the student visa, like a kind of guide, step by step, but we cannot apply for you. I mean, you need to apply at from your country at the nearest Spanish embassy or consulate. But yes, we provide information and support. I will apply to the PhD track, but I want to have more options. Okay, just that is not a question actually. Sorry. Okay. Does the BSc provide scholarships for international students from Thailand or Asia countries in any cases? Thank you. There is some partial tuition fee waivers available. They are based on academic merit. That is your GPA, your marks in certain modules related to the masters, of course. Other factors, deciding funding is the pool of applicants. That's the people who's also applying to the same program. How strong are they? How strong is your profile against them? And also the time of applying. I think if you apply before the 15th of January, you've got more chances of obtaining, receiving a tuition fee waiver. Yes, you can send the recordings of this webinar if you send us an email. No, I'm sorry, no, you will be receiving a recording. Yes, sure. Maybe in 2 weeks, or well, this is Thursday, maybe next week, by the beginning of next week. Okay. Do we need to submit everything in the supporting documents in English, including the diploma, academic transcript, etc.? And Nicolas, we accept Spanish, French, Catalan, English, of course, and I think that's it. So you don't need, if but your name, I guess you're Spanish speaking, so you don't need to translate the diploma nor the transcripts, okay? What level of quantitative experience is required? Are candidates with other research background, e.g. policy analysis considered? Yes, as I said before, any experience or working or research experience is welcome. It would be, help your application definitely. But it's not required. I mean, we like candidates with a quantitative profile, but it's not mandatory to apply. But obviously, most of the candidates do hold a degree in economics or related areas, maths, statistics, engineering, things like that. But if you've got experience in research, is good. Yeah. Any more questions, guys? Just wait a few seconds. Okay. Okay, I think if you don't have any more questions, we can let you go. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Bea, Magda, Lupe. Thank you for everything, and I hope you all apply to the programs to the BSc, and you are free to contact the admissions office if you've got any questions, any doubts, or even if you need a video call, just let us know and we can arrange one. Oh, there is a question. Oh, when would the application results concluded? It depends. If you apply before January the 15th, you should receive an answer around mid-February or so. Okay? 5 to 6 weeks. Okay? As I said, thank you all, and I hope to see you in Barcelona one day. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
For your
Hope to see
attention.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.